Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Omega, Delta, and Sigma. 6 male personality types according to the socio-sexual hierarchy, which can be surprisingly accurate. In this video, we're going to cover 12 things Sigma males always do. Welcome to Viral Brain, where we focus on the psychology of different personalities. Make sure to like and subscribe to be notified whenever we release new content. Number 1. Sigma males always say, "I need time to think," and it can happen anytime. If you're having an important conversation with the Sigma, it's not uncommon for him to just leave the room abruptly, go completely silent out of the blue, or even end the conversation saying, "Give me time to think." The thing is, Sigmas don't really wing it. They value their alone time, they're calm and calculating, and they like to think about anything they say or do before doing it. They look within themselves for intuition, and they listen to their gut feeling. So don't worry if a Sigma goes for fresh air in the middle of a meeting or goes to his office before a big decision. He's not escaping. He just needs time to reflect, think, and act. Number 2. Sigma males always tell the truth. They can sometimes be unintentionally offensive or brutally honest. People lie to make themselves look better, to hide a mistake or a failure they've made, or to protect someone's feelings and spare their pain. Sigmas don't really care about any of these things, so they just don't have a reason to lie. They have pragmatic views on life, and they don't sugarcoat stuff to make it sound better. They tell it like it is, and if it hurts someone, well, too bad, it's still the truth. The thing is, they don't mind hearing the truth themselves, so they don't give these filters of politeness and esteem as much significance as others do. They're humble, so they have no regard to title or status. They talk to their college professors and bosses the same way they talk to the janitor or someone who works for them, with respect and honesty. They have a mindset that goes, the only reason there has to be a guy who tells children Santa doesn't exist is the guy who told them Santa does. Number 3. Sigma males always self-indulge, alone. They can treat themselves to a nice meal on their own, go to a movie they've been waiting for, or even travel or go on hikes. If a company is available, great. If not, it wouldn't stop them from doing what they want alone. Number 4. Sigma males always adapt. They're the best natural survivors out of all the male personality archetypes. For an alpha, when a task gets too complicated or time-consuming, the first thing they think is, whom can I delegate this to? But for a Sigma, they think, how can I get this done? They rely only on themselves, and they adapt their skills and learn new things to get the job done adequately. It's common for a Sigma male to make a bold career shift or travel to a foreign country and thrive in their new position. They see everything as a challenge, and they carry the responsibility of seeing it through. They will swim oceans and climb mountains to avoid saying, "I couldn't get it done." Number 5. Sigma males always work alone. They have the ability to work in teams and be cooperative, but their finest work comes from alone time. This could be anything from writing, graphic designing, programming, marketing, or even just coming up with ideas in any field. They appreciate quietness and tend to listen within themselves for intuition, and then follow that intuition. If you're a Sigma male, a managerial role wouldn't be as good as something in creative design. You're the guy behind the curtains who runs everything well away from the spotlight. You're the man who makes the magic happen without revealing any of your tricks. This is why you'll find that many Sigma males opt into remote work, freelancing gigs, and making money digitally. However, Sigmas can still be very good leaders if they need to be. Oftentimes, you'll find that a Sigma male started a business on his own and then hired others to help him when his business took off, essentially becoming his own version of an alpha in a hierarchy he created. Number 6. Sigmas always compete, but only with themselves. While alpha males are super competitive because they always want to prove to the pack that they are better than everyone and establish themselves as the alpha in the hierarchy, Sigmas don't really care. They always look to their own progress, and they're not concerned with titles like top performer or employee of the month. If they do get it, they just think, cool. In fact, they often let their friends or colleagues win a game or take credit for something if it's gonna make them happy, because they just don't think it has any significance. Elon Musk gave away Tesla patents to everyone for free because he's way more interested in making the world a better place than in beating his competitors. Number 7. Sigma males always put their goals first. Even though Sigma males can fit well into society and can be sensitive and sympathetic, they always put their goals and happiness over everyone and everything else. Altruism is among the least likely virtues you'd find in a Sigma male, and they're not afraid to admit that. You'd find them saying something like, "I'd love to make my parents proud, but I gotta put myself first." They can even give up companionship in order to achieve their goals. A great example of this is Steve Jobs' infamous story with his girlfriend and child. This doesn't come from an antisocial mentality or introvertism, but the fact that they're hyper-aware that companionship comes with responsibilities, which might slow them down. The way they think about it is, having a fulfilling relationship can make them satisfied with their life enough that they don't strive to achieve great things, but if they're alone, all their energy will be focused on themselves. I'm talking about the guy who says no to the Saturday night party because they gotta hustle. Sometimes people think Sigma males are a bit ruthless because they're willing to do anything to get to their destination, regardless of who might get hurt in the way. Number 8. Sigmas always make people work hard to earn their trust. Law says the suspect is innocent until proven guilty. Sigmas say everyone is guilty until proven innocent. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all Sigmas have trust issues. I'm saying that they don't trust people just because some other people trust them, or because that's the polite thing to do. They value their trust and respect, and they feel like it has to be earned. Which takes us to Number 9. Sigmas always strive for complete independence. Because of their distrust towards people, they always feel like they need to survive on their own. For example, you'll always find that Sigma males have multiple income streams, or at least they have a plan B and C if their current income stream fails for any reason. A Sigma employee works at a company because he likes to, not because he needs to. The idea of living off the grid is extremely appealing to them. They'd love to live in a house that runs on solar energy, growing their own food and making their own resources, because they don't even want to depend on the government for providing these things. A Sigma male is often liked and respected by friends and peers at work, but make no mistake, if he grows tired of it, he will leave. He never makes himself involved in such a way that would make leaving problematic. Number 10. Sigma males always make sure to have a tiny inner circle. A Sigma is not a people pleaser or a people's person, and he definitely wasn't the popular guy in high school. Sigma males probably have a handful of very close friends they're probably going to have for life, and they often have 2 or 3 very serious relationships throughout their entire lifetime. This is because Sigmas value their own time and resources above everything, and they just don't want to waste them on someone who's not a good fit. They have a meticulous, almost scientific approach to choosing a life partner, and unlike alphas who might seek multiple partners for more social validation, or betas who have many short-term relationships due to indecisiveness, Sigmas are the most loyal and devout personality archetype. If they think they found the one, they will swim oceans and destroy mountains to keep her. Number 11. Sigma males always find a way back up. Sigma's strength doesn't come from how hard they punch, it comes from how hard they get punched and still make it back to their feet. Think Elon Musk. The man confessed that at some point in his life, he had to borrow money from his friends to cover his family's basic needs like food and clothes. Because he put all his money in Tesla and SpaceX, and neither of them was making a dime back then. Now he's competing for the spot of the richest man on the planet. Steve Jobs was exited from his own company, which he worked on building for years, and when he came back, he made one of the most successful marketing campaigns in history. These kind of hits would be difficult for an alpha to sustain, because they care about their social image. They need to stay on top of the socio-sexual hierarchy, and they need everyone to know they are. so when something threatens this image, they might just let it go. But for Sigmas, they don't really care about their social image or about society at all. They do their own thing, and they kick ass at it, even if everyone tells them they're crazy. Their mindset is, first they will call you crazy, then they will call you a genius, and they understand that being called crazy is common when you have vision. Number 12. Sigma males always try to reinvent the wheel. They don't do things in a certain way just because this is how everyone does it. They think for themselves and question everything, and they often have very controversial opinions on things that seemingly everybody else agrees on. The fascinating thing is, they're very often right. Because most people do things the way they were taught or the way everyone else does it, but Sigmas always put in the time and effort to study, research, and try as many times as it takes to figure something out. So their opinion is based on facts and experience, not common knowledge. And even though this can be an advantage in innovation and problem solving, it can be a drawback, because sometimes you don't really need to reinvent the wheel. If it works, it works. So Sigmas often waste a huge amount of time and resources fact-checking for themselves and making sure that everything makes sense according to their own beliefs. If they come up with something new, great, they're geniuses. But if they don't, they've only just wasted time to come to the same conclusion. Thanks for watching.